Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm praying for each and every one of you that you have a day filled with blessings upon blessings upon blessings. I've been wanting to make this video for quite a while now. Basically, this video is a tutorial. It is an educational video, a Schizophrenia for Dummies 101 crash course. We're going to be going over what are known as positive symptoms, negative symptoms, and cognitive symptoms. I've been wanting to really do this video for quite a while because there's a lot of stereotypes about schizophrenia. There's a lot of information out there that I would say paints schizophrenia in a bad way, in a bad light, such as movies that depict someone with schizophrenia. It's often you see this crazy person who's acting strange, who's violent. And so I wanted to give you guys some information about what is schizophrenia. You know, what are the symptoms? What are the things you should look out for people? What are the things you should look out for when it comes to someone who you're worried about? Whether it's a family member, a friend, a loved one. So we're gonna start today on positive symptoms. My information I'm getting is from the Mayo Clinic for those who wanted to know. So we're gonna start. The positive symptoms. Positive symptoms represent a kind of added mental phenomena most people do not experience, such as hearing voices. Negative symptoms are the opposite. So some positive symptoms that we are gonna go over, such as hallucinations. These occur when a person's senses, vision, hearing, touch, or smell, experience things that do not exist. I get hallucinations often. I hear voices 24/7, and I visually see things that are not there, that are not real. I would say this is one of the symptoms that does give me a lot of issue, a lot of problems. Because I hear voices 24/7, I would say I get distracted a lot, just because there's 4, 5, 6 different conversations happening at one time, and I'm trying to concentrate on what each of them, what's happening in each conversation. And so you can imagine being caught between 6, 7, different conversations at one time. It's hard to focus. Also, when it comes to the voices, my voices anyways that I hear are quite vulgar, are quite violent. They say very vile things that really put me in a bad mood. And so because of my hallucinations, I get very agitated. I get agitated very easily, I get agitated very easily, I should say. Let's see here. Some of the visual hallucinations I see are often horror movie characters. So like Leatherface, Ghostface, Chucky, Freddy Krueger, Jason, Michael Myers. For those who've seen the Hellraiser series, Pinhead, and a couple other different characters in the Hellraiser series I've seen. So for me, that's what it's like for visual hallucinations. They're often scary figures that you see in horror movies. I even seen the little girl in The Ring, the one that climbs out of your TV. I've seen her. And so I would define my hallucinations as often horror themed, scary movie themed, and that's just for me what mine are about. And they changed in the beginning of my schizophrenia when I was in high school and college. In the beginning, they were kind of nice, my hallucinations. They didn't yell at me, they didn't scream at me, they didn't call me names. But as I got older, they went from being neutral to being negative and vile and violent and aggressive. At least that's for me. Another one, delusions. These are beliefs and thoughts that are not in touch with reality. For example, people experiencing delusions may believe others are spying on or harassing them, or that they are celebrities. Delusions persist even when the people having them are presented with facts or evidence. One of the biggest delusions I have is that people are spying on me, like the CIA or the FBI, that they have cameras in my walls in my room, and that they're listening to everything I do, watching everything I do. And so that's a big delusion of mine, that I'm being spied on, for sure. Another symptom, disorganized behavior. People with schizophrenia may behave in ways that appear strange, purposeless, or unexpected to others. For example, they may have unpredictable or inappropriate emotional reactions in social situations. Additionally, they may struggle to direct their behavior around completing a goal, such as a work task, or may not follow directions. In extreme versions of disorganized behavior, people with schizophrenia may become very agitated. So I would say that I struggle with inappropriate emotional reactions in social situations quite a lot. It's just, I may laugh at very inappropriate situations. That's an example of me having disorganized behavior. And yeah, so that is that. Let's see. Also, they may struggle to direct their behavior around completing a goal. I have that all the time, such as a work task, which is one of the reasons I don't work, because it's almost impossible for me to get a work task done because of my illness. Disorganized speech or thinking. This symptom may look like jumbled or unexpected speech. For example, during a conversation, people with schizophrenia may struggle to answer a question or may answer with something unrelated to the topic. Yes, I have disorganized thinking a lot. It sucks because it's hard for me to answer questions in a way that makes sense. And a lot of that has to do with me being distracted too, because I'm listening to all these different voices and conversations. And so when you ask me something, I'm not even close to answering the question because I have all these other people yelling at me. So, the negative symptoms. While positive symptoms are added mental phenomena most people do not experience, negative symptoms are the mental features such as behaviors or emotions that are not present in people with schizophrenia. For example, most people are motivated by social drive or social interaction, and that may be lacking or decreased in people with schizophrenia. So, let's see. Examples. The inability to feel pleasure. It's not uncommon for people experiencing anhedonia to lose interest in activities, relationships, or daily tasks, such as personal hygiene. People also may become socially isolated. This is common for me, to where daily tasks are extremely difficult for me to complete, such as taking a shower, doing my laundry, washing my dishes. Inability to feel pleasure, it's just, I lose interest in activities. I lose interest in wanting to do things with friends. Lose interest in things that normally I would love to do, like playing video games, going outside for a walk, going out to eat with friends, going to see a movie. I just don't want to do those things anymore. So I feel this. Lack of motivation. This affects the ability to complete a goal-related task and the ability to start the task in the first place. It is also referred to as evolution. AVOLITION. Yes, I have lack of motivation a lot. It sucks. Like, if I start a task, more than likely I'll never finish it because I just don't have the motivation. And that's one of the reasons why I don't work a lot, because of this. If I'm working, I lose motivation so quick. And it's just, I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to complete this task. Fire me. Get rid of me. Flat affect or other speech symptoms. There are a number of ways schizophrenia can affect emotional expression. Flat affect, also called blunted affect, describe a lack of expression or emotion in the body, face, and voice. This may look like someone speaking with a monotone voice. Allegoia, also called poverty of speech, may occur when someone speaks very little. I get flat affect a lot, blunted affect, where a lot of times when I'm talking with people, I have lack of expression on my face to where if they say something that normally people should get angry at, I don't get angry. If they say something that normally people would feel sad about, I don't feel sad, or rather I don't look sad, because there's times where I am sad, I am angry, but my facial expressions just don't show that. It's blunted. It's just monotone. So I get that a lot. Next, the cognitive symptoms of schizophrenia. Let's see, attention issues. The inability to concentrate is considered a primary cognitive symptom and may be present even before someone's first episode of psychosis. Yeah, I have such a hard time with this, to concentrate. I can jump from thing to thing, task to task. It's very hard for me to concentrate on one thing. That is so true. Memory problems. People with schizophrenia may struggle with one or both of their working memory and verbal memory. Working memory allows someone to maintain, process, and respond to a piece of information. Verbal memory allows someone to process and retain information presented verbally. Both types of memory are important in managing personal, social, and professional situations. My memory sucks. I remember maybe 5% of my time in college and grad school. Otherwise, it's all a blur. It's just blacked out. I don't remember almost all of it. Like, all of it is blurry to me. Like, I can't really tell you what I did, where I was, who I hang out with, who I was friends with. My memory is crap. So, and this is due to my illness. And also, it's like, if someone tells me something, more than likely I'll forget it, and they ask, hey, did you remember I told you about this an hour ago? And I'll be like, what did you tell me? Like, I don't remember. So I get that one. Verbal fluency. Schizophrenia may cause additional speech difficulties, including retrieving verbal information and producing words on demand. I get that, because when people ask me questions, sometimes I don't even answer right away. It's just producing words on demand. It's hard for me to do sometimes. Executive functioning. Executive functions are the cognitive skills that help people think critically, adapt to different situations, and complete tasks. Schizophrenia can affect a range of executive functions, including problem solving, planning, and conceptual thinking. Not only does executive function affect all areas of life, but it's associated with treatment success. Issues with executive function have been linked to longer hospital stays and less engagement with therapy and medication regimens. Yeah, I would say I have problems with this. Cognitive skills that help people think critically, adapt to different situations, and complete tasks. I don't adapt well. I do not adapt to situations well. They tend to cause me to get agitated, angry, and I flip out, especially when there's a situation that happens abruptly, that is spontaneous. When people surprise me, I just get very agitated and angry, for sure. That's for sure. But that is the symptoms anyways, guys. Okay, I found it. So, causes of schizophrenia. What are some of the causes, or what are some of the things that increase someone's risk? Genetics play a part. Schizophrenia tends to run in families, but no single gene is thought to be responsible. It's more likely that different combinations of genes make people more vulnerable to the condition. Evidence that the disorder is partially inherited comes from studies of twins. Identical twins share the same genes. In identical twins, if a twin develops schizophrenia, the other twin has a 1 in 2 chance of developing it too. In non-identical twins who have different genetic makeups, when a twin develops schizophrenia, the other has a 1 in 8 chance of developing the condition. While this is higher than in the general population, where the chance is about 1 in 100, it suggests genes are not the only factor influencing the development of schizophrenia. Differences in brain development. Studies of people with schizophrenia have shown there are subtle differences in the structure of their brains. Neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters are the chemicals that carry messages between brain cells. It is thought that people with schizophrenia may have different amounts of certain neurotransmitters in their brains. There are triggers. Triggers are things that can cause schizophrenia to develop in people who are at risk. Stress is one of them. The main psychological triggers of schizophrenia are stressful life events, such as bereavement, losing your job or home, divorce, the end of a relationship, physical, sexual, or emotional abuse. Now, drug abuse. Studies have shown using drugs, particularly cannabis, cocaine, LSD, or meth, can increase the risk of developing schizophrenia, psychosis, or a similar illness. It is not clear if using drugs directly causes symptoms in people who are susceptible to schizophrenia, or if they are more likely to use drugs. If people have previously had episodes of psychosis or schizophrenia, using drugs can cause a relapse or stop symptoms from getting better. So that's a little bit about causes of schizophrenia. But this was basically Schizophrenia 101. I just wanted to talk about it, the symptoms, where it comes from, all that jazz. Like I said, I struggle with a combination of positive and negative symptoms. It's just the hallucinations, the delusions, paranoia. Those are some of the positive symptoms that I struggle a lot with. Thinking people are after me, that they're listening to my thoughts, that they're trying to steal my thoughts. My safety, thinking the FBI or the CIA are going to kidnap me and hold me hostage. You know, the hallucinations, the ones that are scary and frightening, I have those. And so, you know, it's bad. And the negative symptoms we talked about, reduced ability to function, like showing little emotion, speaking in a flat tone, or losing motivation to socialize. You know, I have a lot of those too. But yeah. But that is Schizophrenia 101 for you guys. Like I said, I got it from the Mayo Clinic. The information I got anyways is from the Mayo Clinic, so if you want to look it up, you can. Anyways, brothers and sisters, I will see you guys later. I have some D&D, some Dungeons and Dragons to play. So, like always, I love you guys so much. Peace and blessings, and enjoy your afternoon. God bless.